Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Personality Typing Practice. If you haven't been here for the previous episodes, I'm basically using C.S. Joseph's system to practice typing famous people, and then I'm going to check to see if my typing was accurate or not based on what he got. So I'll compare my type with his type, and then hopefully as I keep typing people, I'll get better and better as I release more episodes. So far, I've gotten 2 out of 5 right, which is pretty good. So I remember when I first started, I only used to get like I probably had like a 5 or 10% success rate. So I'll take 20% any day, out of the 5 that we have. So today we're typing Michael Malice. So we're just gonna hop right into it, and let's start off with Joe Rogan.
Think he feels
Scott Adams has that metaphor, which is that we're looking at one movie screen, and there's two movies on one movie screen. That different people see this exact same data and see different conclusions.
Yes.
And I think that's great.
Two people see the exact same data and come to different conclusions. That's extrovert thinking. Let's get the pencil. Or that's spear and bow, sorry.
I mean, I don't think we need to be all united. I think people should like what they like, and the idea that we all got to agree on everything is totalitarianism.
The idea that we gotta agree on everything is totalitarianism. That's more of a pragmatic viewpoint. Because I feel like if people want to get people to agree on something.
Yeah, I mean,
Everyone's so narcissistic. If it's happening to them,
Right.
it's the worst thing ever, and this is basically the gulag. Even though they can go on Twitter and have their 100,000 followers and have their good book deals as a consequence.
Even though they could do this instead, that's earth and water.
Is anybody criticizing Jim Acosta from the left? Is anybody saying like, "Hey, you're not supposed to do that"? Like what you did is out of line.
I've been having fun in LA. I have not seen that.
I've been having fun in LA. I've not seen that. It's earth and water again.
I think they have been running interference because I do think that the press corps, like any organization, do these people should have their faces spit in or not?
He seems pretty progression or movement.
Well,
Right. I mean, it's trickier because we all speak English, so it seems like but what are we united on? And like, why does this have to be this way?
well, because Texas will start.
Why does it have to be this way? That's abstract. Because he's talking about the possibility of what the country could be.
Everybody.
Doubling down, the right has become radicalized as a function of Trump. The left has been radicalized for decades. And there's no look. Here's what happened with Kavanaugh hearings. Either
He just initiated or interrupted himself there, so that's initiating.
completely obscenely different perspectives, meaning each side sees the other's obscene. I don't see where you get together.
Well, don't you have a different perspective on it than either one of those polar
Yeah, burn it all
opposites?
down.
No, but I mean with Kavanaugh.
Burn it all down, that's more of a lower extrovert sensing thing. I'm gonna put a point down for earth and water. And sword and mace. It's more of a crusader thing.
Well, there was two different women that had absolutely fabricated stories
Right.
that.
But that doesn't mean Dr. Ford's fabricated also.
Right,
You know?
it doesn't. But it just
Oh, that was a logical conclusion. Just because that was fabricated doesn't mean this was fabricated. That's sword and mace.
shows you that
How come they're not asking him to step? If he had, why didn't no one asked him to step down from? He was already on the court. He was just.
Oh, he just interrupted himself again. Not finishing his sentence. This initiative.
Supreme Court, which are much fairer and more germane. And now Dr. Ford, I saw her on the side of a milk carton the other day. She's vanished.
Yeah.
Like
I saw her. That's earth and water. And the way he's talking about fairness and stuff, that's very sword and mace.
as soon as her purpose was served, she's gone. You know, anyone wants to testify in front of the Senate in a hearing like that. When the
I don't think anyone wants this earth and water.
Story that I really need to see a lot more of. And my dream is that he gets the nomination and he gets, let's say, physically incapacitated, some God forbid, and then the party steals it and gives it to Hillary, which is not an impossibility at all. And I would desperately love that to happen. I want to see her lose 3 times. It's like any mummy movie, you're going to have a trilogy, right?
Yeah,
We need the
okay,
mummy
yeah.
to come back for the third
Yeah,
time
that's very abstract.
and get her
The bottom half.
Thank you.
You look
And
good.
I've got some nice farm socks for no reason. So you're from Newcastle.
Correct.
I'm gonna impress
Yeah, this guy's initiating. And he seems very movement.
you and make you uncomfortable.
Hit me.
The one thing I know
I'm
about
gonna make you uncomfortable. That's low earth and water. I mean, it's a low extroverted sense of things. So that's earth and water.
Newcastle, which no other American knows, is Mary Bell.
I don't know that. What's
Which
that?
no other American knows. Spear and bow.
Mary Bell was 10 or 11, and she was the youngest person convicted of murder in Britain. She killed 2 toddlers.
And he initiated a new topic. Yeah, this guy, I don't think he's responding. What could he be?
And then she went to their house, and she's like, I want to see murderers around, like a little kid handwriting. Yeah, you didn't know about this?
No.
You didn't know about this? It's spear and bow.
Oh,
Yeah. The book's called Cries Unheard.
come on then.
That's how I first. Well, I heard. The other thing is that's how I learned
Yeah,
about
he just interrupted, initiated him again. Yeah, he's definitely initiating.
that Newcastle is a thing, other than the beer, which I adore. But also the thing they discussed in the book, which you're gonna have to do for me, is they talk.
Which
They
you're gonna have to do for me. That's earth and water.
said that the Geordie accent is like the most unique accent in all of Britain. Blanking. Have there been any good memes so far this year?
It
What are some
depends.
suggestions?
It depends on what you class. I mean, this standing on a box, this Bloomberg box thing. I don't know if that classes as a meme, but oh my god, like that is just.
I don't know. I've seen better.
You don't like that one?
No, I mean
I've seen better. You don't like that one? Spear and bow, earth and water.
I'm a munchkin myself.
So they're going to be disproportionate in those fields where you are interacting with your targets.
Right.
So that's what makes it so sick. It's not like you have these ideas. Okay, fine, you can have whatever ideas you want. You are
You can have whatever ideas you want, earth and water.
laying that groundwork, to prey on these kids, and you know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing. That's spear and bow.
Oof.
It's and again,
You know what you're doing. This is a fire and wind.
I don't know what to do with this information, but I do know that this is really, really bad. And, people talk about this is the truest form of being a victim there is.
And the sickest part about it to me is how many of these.
He just initiated or interrupted himself again. It's initiating. Yeah, he seems pretty movement. I don't think he's direct initiating control, so I think he's informative initiating movement. So he's a starter type.
This guy and telling him you forgive him because because it's possible that you're like 10 or 11, you're doing this, you grow up
It's possible. That's abstract.
and you realize what you've done and what this means. And I don't know how you could live with yourself.
Right.
It's
Well, we have to hope and assume that.
I don't know how you could live with yourself. That's earth and water. Okay, so if he's earth and water and he's initiating, we got, and I'm gonna say he's movement too. We got earth and water, so ESFJ, ENTP, or ENFP. See if we can get something temperament-wise. Solidify
It
that.
ended with that he didn't continue doing it as he get older and older
Right.
with the same age child.
yeah, it's and what's even worse, what happens when it's within the family?
Right. And it happens all the time.
This happens. I talked to someone who's a former sheriff when I was in the Midwest, and
I did this, earth and water.
this was his job helping these kids. He goes, oh yeah, I'm not advocating
Yeah.
killing anybody. I'm just advocating for people, and I'm not a victim of this. I just have a friend, and again, everyone I've talked to knows someone. 1
Yes.
degree of separation.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just saying for the and again, everyone I've talked to knows someone. 1
Everyone I've talked to knows someone, spear and bow.
degree of separation.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just saying for the people who had gone through this, just like Matt listening to the show, this is what I told him. My experience when people come to you in a vulnerable way.
My experience, earth and water.
Don't tell them what you think they want to hear. Be as vulnerable in return. So I said to him, Matt, I don't care.
Don't tell them what you think they want to hear. That's spear and bow and earth and water in the same statement. So if he is a spear and bow user and he's an earth and water user and he's a starter type, that means he has to be an ENFP. And I'm going to check right now to see if I am correct or not. So, okay, so he was actually an ESFP. He did have a lot of earth statements, which is why I probably thought like he's super earth and water. He is a starter type. ESFPs are still starter types though. So yeah, he's definitely he was a spear and bow user, and he was initiating in movement. It makes sense because he had that pragmatic statement too. I didn't see a lot of earth and water. I'm gonna see if I can find that. Actually, I'll be right back. All right, so yeah, he's an ESFP. I just mistook some of his statements for water when they should have been fire. And I should have gone like I put a point down for pragmatic, and he was pragmatic. I was just basically what's happening so far is I get this cognitive axis right, but then I always screw up fire and wind and earth and water. So that's something I gotta look over. But yes, he is an ESFP. I got the interaction style right. I've been getting the interaction styles right. Interest, he was pragmatic. That means he has to be concrete. Spear and bow, I got right. Yeah, so I mean ESFP versus ENFP, they're close, but again, it's not close enough. So hopefully, I think I really need to review these two because from what I remember, these two are the things that I mess up, and then I end up picking the things in the temperament and the communication style that just reinforces that thought, which I shouldn't be doing. So much for watching. Again, I'm going to have a link to CS Joseph's system, or not system, but his channel and his website down in the description. I'll also have a link to this channel on the video at the end of the video. Make sure you check him out. This is where I get all my like information from and how I like type people basically. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.